Hello everybody, welcome back to the Biker Baker Show, and today we're doing a Christmas in July and we're making a pumpkin roll. So everybody loves pumpkin rolls, so we're just going to get right into it. We've got 3 eggs and 3 room temperature eggs already broken to this bowl here. And then we're going to mix those up until they're frothy. Not a whole lot, but just till they're all mixed up and you can see some bubbles in them. I'll show you here. I'm trying not to get it to be too loud so you can, it's not going to hurt your ears and you can hear me. Because, you know, everybody needs to hear me. Okay, see how those are all bubbly? And then you're going to add a cup of sugar, but we're just going to add about a half a cup at first. Mix that up. And then we're going to put the other half in. I'm going to put the other half in. So that's all good and incorporated in there. And it looks like that. Looks like a custard. Okay. Then we're going to take it over and we're going to put in the pumpkin first. I've got pumpkin, 2/3 cup of pumpkin, and not pumpkin pie spice, but 100% pure pumpkin. Okay. 2/3 a cup of pumpkin goes in. I've got a teaspoon of lemon juice. We're going to put that in there. So then we'll stir that up. Just kind of fold it a little bit. Okay. And then we've got 3/4 cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, and I'm going to put that right in there with the flour. I've got a teaspoon of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg, and then put them all in there together too. And then you just take something, I like to stir it all up into that flour, that way you don't have just one big lump of cinnamon or the baking powder doesn't get all mixed up. So you just mix it all up. And then I'm going to pour a part of it in here, and we're just going to stir that up. Don't want to use a mixer on it, we're just softly stirring it in there. Pour the rest of it in there. And folks, that's all there is to making the part of the pumpkin roll, the cake part of it. Easy as that. Get her all mixed up there. You're going to have some lumps in it from the flour. Even if you pre-sift your flour, you're still going to get some lumps, but it's all going to work out in the end. Okay? That's all mixed up there. I've got a jelly roll pan here. I've got some not wax paper, but parchment paper on it. I sprayed the bottom just because it'll hold that parchment paper down and it's not rolling everywhere on you, okay? So you're going to pour this right there in the center or wherever. You as long as it's in there. Because you're going to spread it out over the entire pan. It's going to be thin because you don't want it thick like a cake or you won't be able to roll it. These things I love to make. When I make them, I don't just make one, I make two. Because you got to get all your ingredients out. You might as well make two. You got to open a can of pumpkin. Don't want to waste it. Alright, so got it on there. You're just going to spread it around to all the corners.
Do these store well if you freeze them?
You can freeze these. We have frozen them before, and we like to just eat them frozen anyway. You can just slice them because they don't freeze real solid. You can just slice them and eat them like that, and that cream filling tastes like ice cream inside of it. It's really good. All right, so this is going in the oven, 350-degree oven for exactly 15 minutes in my oven. I've never had to go over or under. Strictly 15 minutes on this pumpkin roll, okay? So we'll be back with you when we take it out. Okay, everybody, we're back. We're getting ready to make the filling for the pumpkin roll. And right here I've got 1 8-ounce block of cream cheese, about 3/4 of a stick of butter. So we're going to mix that up. They got to be room temperature, okay? Look at all that. Okay, that's mixed up. We're going to put in about a teaspoon of vanilla extract is what I use. Mix that up. All right, I've got 2 cups of powdered sugar here. I'm just going to put it in a little bit at a time. We may not use that much, or we may use more. So you put that powdered sugar in it and it becomes creamy. I don't know why that makes it creamy, but see how that gets? I want it thicker than that, so we're going to put some more in here. We got the pumpkin roll in the oven baking. Well, that's bacon. You always just make your icing or your filling, whatever you want to call it, because this is the same way you make cream cheese icing. So if ever you want to know how to make that, right here it is. And then you just keep adding powdered sugar as much as you want the consistency of your filling or icing. You can pull it up. I like it a little bit more than that in there. We're going to use the whole 2 cups. Alright. The final beat gets the power. There we go. All right, look at that now. That's what I want. All right. That's a whole bowl full of that, and we're going to put about half of that into the pumpkin roll, I think. We'll see. We'll measure it. So we'll be right back with you when you get ready to roll it. All right, we're back, and we decided since we had extra pumpkin, like I said, always make 2. We went ahead and made one with pecans on it. Mr. Smith, you know, likes his pecans. So he wanted one with pecans. So we just put that on there. As I put it in the oven, I put it on before I put it in the oven. So they're baked on there. So then I've got my cream cheese icing that we just made, filling. Since we did make 2 of them, we're going to put half of this on. Just put it on there. And I know I'm a rule breaker because a lot of people, and that's how the recipe is and everybody does it, goes ahead and rolls these up as they're hot. Roll them up in a towel or whatever, let them cool. I don't like them that way because they sweat. I have learned, because I always wanted to try, just leaving them lay flat and cool. They will roll up and they won't be all sweaty and nasty like some of those get. I don't like them all sweaty. All right, so here we go. As I'm starting, saying that I've already just laid it flat and let it go. Just remember, I didn't roll it out. Roll it up. I'm going to roll it up last. Just put your icing all the way on here. You don't want it clear to the edges because it'll start coming out when you start rolling. So put a little bit more right there. When I sell these, I've got somebody who orders extra icing. So they want double that icing on there, and that one's really heavy. And trying to roll that out is a little hard, but we make it happen. All right, so this is on parchment paper. That's how I baked it. So you just start rolling right here. Just start rolling this parchment paper up. See that cracked right there at the beginning? But you're never going to see that. See how that rolls right off of there? We're going to put this right here on this pan. Look at that. Look at that pumpkin roll. And I didn't roll it up while it was hot. I took it out of the oven and left it flat and let it cool. And then I rolled it up with the icing in it. Let me cut that open for you. And of course, I reserved some icing for Mr. Smith. All right. Look at that right there. Can you see that? We're ready to get a piece of this. He likes it, I think, with some whipped cream on it, maybe. So we'll put this in the refrigerator to chill. And there you have it. Pumpkin roll, and doesn't take very long to do. And ingredients you probably have in your pantry. You might have to get some pumpkin. Other than that, everything else you have, just normal staple ingredients. So, like, subscribe, and share, and help us grow. If you have any comments, leave them below. And Merry Christmas for Christmas in July. And thanks for watching the Biker Baker Show. Peace out.